Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome back to Jagged Alliance 2. Luckily, our timetable has been moved up just a little bit. The mobile militia squad that was right here decided to join us in the sector just after I started training militia. So it's still like just pre-dawn in the Alma sector. With the editable militia, there's no reason for me to really sit around. I can't train any more guys into this sector. So we're probably going to head, I think, south first to take this out, and then we'll move over from there. Also, use some of the equipment that we picked up in the sector to further outfit Conrad. We've got him with some Spectre gear. No night vision goggles or anything yet, which is a little bit of a disadvantage for him. But I think he'll be okay, especially with a little bit of extra firepower in the form of some grenades. I've also switched him out to the HKG-36C with a suppressor and a rod and spring. It's a pretty decent firepower for him to have. We'll go ahead and grab these guys and head them south. Advance time for a second, and then we will call
Enemies
reinforcements.
Detected in this area.
Alrighty, and we'll pop in. No, storm is still going on, which I'm kind of annoyed by. And then let's see, I can't come inside the fence line, which is a little bit annoying. Let's see about, like, right here. Hope to not immediately encounter anything, and I didn't, which is great. Have everybody crouch, and then Vicky, you are going to be, our ace in the hole here with her KCB knife. I'm just going to have her come down and snip the fence line to give us an entry point.
Cool, run in.
Awesome. And then you'll see, so this is like another kind of military compound, right? With, if I remember correctly, yeah, only the one entrance as far as actual doors are concerned, and then you end up fighting the rest of the way. Alternatively, you can come through the fence and then doors here, so that may be something we consider. I might put some people up onto the roof to move around and drop down and kind of join them as they're making their way in. But for now, let's just get everybody inside the fence. And once they do that, I will probably call for some reinforcements in the form of our militia guys.
I'm sure I just heard something. Okay.
Okay. Well, that's actually sort of dangerous.
Board. Ready.
Okay, but it doesn't look like there's anybody right out front, and that's good.
Ready.
I have Conrad. Oh, right, he doesn't have a radio.
Heard something.
Go ahead and pass that to Conrad.
Ready.
And now he can issue orders to all these guys. So we're going to have all of them come to me. Great. And that'll just get us some like added militia inside the perimeter of the fence with us, which I think is going to be important.
Ready.
Otherwise, they'd probably spend most of their time running around all lost outside. And then let's get up to here. I'll have...
Ready. Heard something.
Enemy in view. Board.
That could have gone a lot better. I was going to start off very injured. Unfortunate.
Ready.
At least we got the interrupt, which might have, you know, without it, might have led to Conrad getting himself killed here. Easy shot.
I could take you and that ragamuffin band of paper-pushing, numb-butted, overpaid insignificants all by myself.
Posty might have a little bit of an axe to grind with the post office. It's okay. He's lovable. Alright, we'll get Raven up here in case anybody else pops up. Alright, we're hearing some things into the courtyard area. Yep, and that happened. Now, just like the previous Alma sector, there are alarms to be set off, and... oh, wow. And this Alma sector can be used as a jail, basically. It's possible for your units to be captured If you're overwhelmed, sometimes you'll be offered the chance to surrender, like if you're surprised in a sector and just severely outnumbered. Also, sometimes when you're losing kind of horribly, you might get down to your last 1 or 2 units, and sometimes you'll be offered an opportunity to surrender at that point. And when that kind of stuff happens, your units end up being placed in like a prison sector, and this is one of those. Unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing Conrad get to do too much. That initial injury puts him like very much into the territory where he could be killed a little bit too easily. So I'm going to be leaving him back, and we're going to push up with some other characters instead. Get Vicky in here, and
Me, ready.
I'll leave them to worry about the one guy that's been spotted outside. It shouldn't be a big deal.
I'm bored.
Steve and Sydney.
Yes.
Have Sydney go ahead and pop up to the roof. Doesn't spot anybody, which is good, because if he had, there's very little he could have done. We'll get these two guys.
I'm
maybe
bored.
Right up to here.
Howdy, partner.
And then Tex, you're going to come in too. Alright. We are hearing something to the southeast. Probably that courtyard area if I had to guess. And this should be easy enough.
Thumbs up.
Although she does spot quite a few guys behind him. That's a little concerning. Yeah, get on that radio.
Visual contact.
We do, of course, have the eastern sector that we border right now. Reinforcements can come in from it. I don't know if they would all show up outside the fence line or inside of it. I sometimes find the way that behaves to be just a little bit wonky.
Bloody hell.
Well, hello. Another thing that I forgot to bring up in the last episode. Wow. That is going to be our units doing more damage to themselves than the enemy. Alright. One thing I forgot to really bring up, I didn't mean to present the whole rocket rifle explosion thing as just impossible to overcome. I haven't posted that video yet, so other people may have pointed it out in the comments, but one thing that the 1.13 update has added to the game is like a spy trait
Solved.
and the ability for like those characters to disguise themselves. Who does he see? Oh wow, that's a weird angle to have. Characters that disguise themselves are able to move into a sector as sort of disguised spies, and they could come into the Alma sector dressed up as maybe like elites and use that to get into a place where they would be able to take the sector on their own before anybody could press a button. And that's certainly, I think, maybe one of the gameplay additions that's sort of designed to wow, there was a guy right behind here. That is actually kind of crazy. He was behind the door, but somehow chose not to just murder us. Alright, we'll get Tex turned around. And
I'm bored.
Toasty, why don't you come up to here, face, and crouch. So those sort of spy class characters, and I'm not sure, I don't think we have anybody with us, or like even out of all of our mercenaries that really has those abilities, but for the ones that do, sectors like this one, where maybe you're trying to break people out of prison or something like that, those are going to be the kind of guys you'd really want to bring on a mission like that. He has like no real chance to make this work. Yeah, I didn't have high hopes for these shots, but I figured, why not? Okay, and he's decided to do very little. We're still hearing I'm hoping, guys, from this courtyard area, if they're in these rooms, that's a little bit scarier. Okay, we know there's still one more, but I think the rain is certainly obfuscating our vision quite a bit right now. And as long as they have a target outside with them, they're certainly not going to be that interested in coming into the building to assist us, which is also a little bit disappointing.
Yes.
Alright, and now Sydney doesn't see him. Raven should be able to pretty easily sort that guy out on her own.
Thumbs up.
Alright, now I am going to start worrying about these side rooms just a little bit. Okay.
See? Me find it.
Yeah, man.
Alright, we're going to make our way very methodically down this hallway. Largely because there's just such a huge opportunity for things to sort of go awry if anything comes out of some of these side rooms. So,
yes,
that's looking pretty good. Why don't you look across here? Yeah, his vision is just so stifled by that. All he has is a sniper rifle. Let's get him to maybe over here. Okay, can he at least sees the rest of the rooftop from here. And go ahead and pass again. Still hearing that movement from the southeast. And they lost track of the elite that was injured here. You can see his blood stain right there. And they're kind of exploring even further to try to find him. Okay, there he is. He hasn't actually moved. Nobody... Wow. He didn't have vision of him from there. Okay. Well, hopefully, none of these guys with automatic weapons get any bright ideas about shooting into the backs of their teammates. Alright, let's have Spider move up. Okay, good. That basically clears that room. We can be fairly confident moving past this doorway that we're not going to spot anything. Similarly, just have Vicky pop into the room really quick and come back out.
I'm bored.
Alright, and with Posty in place with the sniper rifle, I'm going to have Raven come up quite a bit. Get back down. We also just spotted a key card there that's going to be important.
Me ready.
Moose about halfway down the hall.
Howdy, partner.
And Tex get up to right about here. Okay. All right with that. Yep. His missed shot caused a reaction that unfortunately went into the backs of one of our militia.
I'm sure I just heard something.
You don't have to shoot them as long as you can convince them to shoot themselves. Okay. But hopefully with them not having an enemy out there to focus on anymore, the AI should kind of go into a little bit of a search pattern. And maybe that'll involve them wandering up to help me out. If not, well, that's fine too. We'll just consider our slow and steady approach to be the best thing to be doing here. I want to end a lot of turns with just a lot of extra AP. You know, I don't want to be caught out with maybe no chance for a reaction shot or anything like that. Okay.
See? Me find it.
Yeah, man.
Right there. We've spotted a key card and now a key. We're going to want to collect those in order, once we get down into the jail cell area that's, we saw the gas pop over here. We're probably going to need those key cards to really be getting past any of the doors.
Yeah.
Alright.
Understood.
Back out in the hallway with everybody else. Great. And then...
I'm
Posty. Now I'm going to fully move you up. So Raven should have enough AP if anybody pops up.
Shh. A noise.
Conrad's hearing something from the south. Again, I think it's that open area here. Once we're in a position to kind of step out there, I'll have Sydney maybe move up to the edge of the building, provide a little bit of overwatch from the roof. assuming that our militia don't get out there first and maybe draw some fire. Come on, guys. You can do it.
I'm
Okay.
bored.
And
See?
we're back on
Heard something.
Raven East. Okay, probably still out there.
Yeah, man.
Vicky, you're going to be able to lockpick, so we'll have you come over here.
Blast it.
Well, that went well. Let's try disarming
Cool,
the
run in.
trap. In this case, just an alarm, thankfully.
Blast it. I be blowing my time, man.
Yeah, okay. So Vicky is just wasting her time with that. Let's grab the key card and the key, both on Vicky.
Got
And
it.
then, oh, spotted somebody outside the fence. Oh my, spotted several somebodies. I suppose it's possible these are the reinforcements coming in from the other sector if they did load in from outside the fence. If that's the case, I think they're going to end up being kind of particularly dangerous because of their density. If that makes sense. Meaning, you know, if half a dozen guys came in, but they're corralled outside the fence line and moving around the facility, they're all going to be just right next to each other whenever they encounter these guys. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like the militia are smart enough to be staying on the inside of the fence and shooting through it.
Yeah, man.
And they're all kind of pathing back out through the hole. Oh well. Okay, Vicky, let's get you back
Sure.
over here to the locked door. I don't
I
know
be
why I chose the
blowing my
lockpick.
time, man.
Yeah, I understand. Let's try the keys. There we go. Okay, that did take up the rest of her
Howdy,
action points,
partner.
though. Tex up to here.
Ready.
Raven,
I'm bored.
Boosty, and
See?
Hummus. Alright, there we go. Well, one down. Nope, maybe not out for the count, though. That's at least something.
I'm sure I just heard something.
Southeast and east. Okay. That is one way to get it done. Alright. A lot of automatic weapons fire from our militia. No need to worry about marksmanship training. We'll just give them fully auto weapons. It's fine. It'll be totally fine. Okay. Superiority of fire. Totally valid tactic. Not gonna knock it till you tried it, you know. And not really a whole lot I want to be doing right now in turn-based mode, to be perfectly honest. But I am gonna come out here, grab the additional key. She should now have, like, and the key ring, of course, save a little inventory space. I'll also put the key card on it. Okay, so she should have basically full reign inside the facility now. Also got this closed door over here. Got her turn and face it, and then
I'm bored.
I'm gonna get Posty over here.
Sure.
We'll get these guys ready to come out here, and Sydney ready to back them up, maybe for the next turn.
Howdy, partner.
And then
Ready.
these guys, all these doors being closed, I'm just going to get them all like
See?
right on top of them. Oh, don't open it, please. Okay, face that way,
Howdy,
face
partner.
that way, and we're good. Oh, yeah. And that's the density I was talking about. Yeah,
There's a mad rush.
is they're not just one or two guys out on patrol. It looks like they've run into maybe the full reinforcements all at the same time. Works out okay for us. If nothing else, our militia are watching our backs, I suppose, is one way to look at it. The reinforcements from another sector, or maybe these were just patrolling units that were all outside the fence at the start of the mission, who knows. But they would have been coming up behind us once we got into the building, which would have been a little disadvantageous. You know, they might have snuck up on Conrad, who was left outside, or something like that. Okay, let's go ahead and get... It's going to take her 78. Ugh.
I'm bored.
Alright. Oh, and it is locked. Okay. Well then, Misty, why don't you move back one? It's not going to be next turn, as I said last turn. It'll be next turn. We'll get Vicky to right here.
Yes?
I'm going to have Sydney come up just a little bit, staying crouched so nobody spots the top of his head.
Ready.
And then,
Howdy, partner.
let's worry about these other doors inside the hallway. Oh, that one's locked as well.
See?
Well, maybe we're going to need Vicky to rejoin us. Okay.
Ready.
That one's open. And why don't you just step inside and turn. Okay, there's nobody. Now I don't remember, there's switches here. One of them opens a door, and I think one of them sets off the gas. Which is an important distinction, right? Like, one of them does this good thing that we want, and one of them does this awful thing. I think this is the one... Never mind, I'm wrong. Okay, that was the alarm. Let's turn it back to green. Try this. Okay. Not entirely sure what that did. It went from red to yellow, though. Alright, fair enough. We'll leave them for a turn inside. A lot of definite sounds of movement. Our militia are getting into it outside. If anybody wants to maybe keep count, I'm pretty sure we have done more damage to ourselves than the enemy has done to us. Friendly fire, never that friendly. It's very poorly named. Well, a few things. One, this is a terrible amount of dispersion for an actual combat scenario. You would never end up with people that bunched up together.
Howdy, partner.
The other thing to bring up, though, is you would never... Let's try the key. Okay, we did have a key for it. You would never... Ooh, there wasn't anybody out here? Well, she can't see the whole thing. Gonna bring her, like, halfway out. Yeah.
Let's teach them a thing or two.
Okay, she can't take a shot, but maybe... Sydney, can you see down there? You can. Try to have Sydney do this for us. Perfect.
Pity.
Alright, and that is why you bring Overwatch. Alright, you would never take shots when there was a chance you could shoot somebody on your own side, right? Like, that's just... like combat 101 type training, and so it's a little disappointing to see that our militia have such bad habits, but what are you gonna do? Oh, that's a little troubling because of that. Man, looks like she also dropped her gun. That is so much AP that got knocked off too. Vicky may be in some trouble. I think Posty is going to be her best chance of getting saved here. Come on. Okay. Posty, you got 83 AP. You have a pistol. Alright, the pistol's going to make a lot more sense at this range and with our limited amount of action points. Now, a little bit of a weird trade-off, right? Let me see. Yeah, I can't see in there at all. So, this first step into a run takes 8, but then each additional step only takes 4. But I want to use the minimum amount, so if I could move here and still see him, that's what I'd want to do. I'm thinking I go for 16. Can I still not see him? If I still can't see him... Oh, wow. That, again, is super problematic. Take one more step. Are you kidding me? I have no sight of that guy. Oh boy. Alright, 22 to the head. There we go. 17 to the head. Nice.
Whippity-doo.
Whippity-doo indeed. Also, this door is now open. One of those switches must have triggered that. Alright, so Raven is able to come over here. She might not have been able to see him, as we just saw. Sightlines can be a little bit counterintuitive sometimes, but the door might have blocked it. I'll be honest. And that might even make sense that the door would block it. We need to get Vicky bandaged up a little bit. Yes. And I'm going to move Sydney to the edge here, just in case. Righty. I need to get Vicky back inside with the keys. So we'll let the militia continue their fight outside. Great. All kinds of problems being had there. At least he knows Kung Fu. We might not have taught them the fundamentals about friendly fire, but, you know, we spent a lot of time on the the Kung Fu class that we taught. Alright. Come on. Back to my turn.
Now I'm
Thank you.
bleeding for the love of God, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
I really just want Vicky to patch herself up here. And,
Ready.
move Raven further in. Spots nothing.
I'm bored.
Toasty comes in. Spots nothing.
See?
Okay.
Okay.
Howdy, partner.
Okay.
There's a mad rush.
Toasty southeast. Alright, so he hears somebody in that jail cell area. Not a good somebody. I think it would be neat, but I don't think there's like any NPCs or anything like that that we're going to meet inside any of the jails here. Maybe later on. Hint, hint.
Howdy, partner.
We might be able to rescue somebody from a prison,
Bored.
but at the moment, this is purely a hostile facility. Also, we lack the ability to scoop chairs back under tables, so we gotta run all the way around all this stuff. Just fine. Also, is this not... Yeah, this is a, like a see-through door, which is what I was expecting to have happen there. Okay.
I'm bored.
Howdy, partner.
You come around that side.
See?
Amus, you come around this side. Vicky.
Very bad.
Oh, interesting. He sees someone. Alright, I'm actually just going to get him up against the wall. We'll let somebody else take those shots.
Howdy, partner.
And why don't we get Tex up against the wall as well? Okay. Vicky, you...
Yes?
keep bandaging? Maybe we let
Yeah,
somebody
man.
else bandage you. Somebody a little bit better at it, in fact. Like
Yes?
Spider, who could do a little field surgeon action. Shoot. Yes, I do. I can regain about 14 health. I'd say that's worth it.
Heard something.
Oh, really? I was expecting my angle on that. You know, you're pressed right up against a door, right up against a wall outside a door. Like, I don't expect somebody to be able to see you even through the open door. Oh well, you live, you learn. That guy's going to regret not finishing the job, that's
Ready.
for sure. As I don't think Raven enjoys being shot all that much.
I'm bored.
Toasty, why don't you just step up and do a little something like that.
Whippity-doo.
This door, yeah, we're not going to be able to get through without some additional authentication required. And let's see, just kill them that turn. I'm probably just going to skip on the next turn and do nothing, which I'm hoping will get Vicky back and fully operational, as well as if we could move back into real-time, or real-time mode. I'd be pretty excited about that. Oh, she had a very loud sound of movement. Interesting. Okay. They're finally deciding to join us inside the building. And we're going to snap back into real time. We are.
Bored.
Which unfortunately stopped that surgery. Let's do that again. Come on. Finishing up. There we go.
Yeah, man.
Alright.
Yeah.
Spider, just get out of her way.
Yeah, man.
Put you back into here. Alright, so we are hearing stuff down there. Raven's like on the door with a sniper rifle though, so I think things are going to be okay. None of this is super important. Really? Alright, that is locked. Great. There was a trap.
Cool, run in.
Thank you. Traps their own locker
Blast it.
with like an electrical surge.
Cool, run in.
Apparently people who are keeping hogs inside. Alright.
Yes?
Spider.
Understood.
You
Yeah,
try heading
man.
this way. Oh, we got that closed door too. Okay. Alright, I'm going to very quickly just move Vicky around on all these sort of locked doors over here. Nice.
Heard something.
And then that's got to just not be a wall. Okay. Vicky, saunter yourself over this way. Got some light injuries, but nobody should be bleeding. Some of our militia may be... Oh, yep, she's actually dying.
Yes?
Hey, Spider, why don't you go help her out?
Heard something.
Okay. Now,
Yeah, man.
Vicky,
Sure.
check out the door. Oh, really? Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, man.
I'm actually gonna have her move.
Ready.
Let's have Raven take a step in that direction and then turn around. Awesome. Ow. And even more ow.
We run the Dodge City now.
Alright. And we run Dodge City now. Did that militia get...
Yes?
Interesting. Okay. Well, none of our militia are dying horribly anymore, so that's something.
man.
Vicky, you were coming this way anyway. Oh. Wait. Now we've just been over this. There we go. X changes places. It just didn't the first time I touched it. Alright. And
Something be over there, man.
here is the sort of cell area that I was talking about earlier. Your units can be held inside of it if captured. Although, as you saw, if you're not super stealthy on your way in, they'll gas just ASAP, and your unit will end up just dying from mustard gas. So it's not the easiest prison break that you could possibly imagine.
Yes?
We have that spider over here. Let me jog her over to this one area we haven't gotten vision on yet. Yeah, I didn't think there was anything else that was really back there. We've got some pretty decent stuff lying around. There's a lot of little lockers to go through. Hopefully they're not all electrified, as that's going to be a little bit painful. And the results from this mission, Conrad and Vicky both are going to need to do a little bit more healing. So that's going to pause our further advance into the city of Alma for at least a day or so. We've got plenty of medical supplies, so I don't expect it to be a huge problem. We've also got this squad of mobile militia with us that will be able to spread across both sectors, so we should be in pretty good condition. Other than that, no NPCs in this sector, unless there's somebody hiding in the woods that I don't know about. So we don't have anybody to talk to or anything like that, so that'll do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to subscribe for more on the channel every other day. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other videos, and I will catch you guys next time.